Okay, so anish táimid ré chun an aiste a Pleanáil ná scríomh aon rud gan an rud a Pleanáil I gceart. Okay, so we're ready to plan our essay now. We know that we don't want to write anything until we have our essay planned properly. Gobra? So tá sé seo ar fad a gcuibh, you all have this sheet agus tá sé beag nach bán. This section is all blank. Gobra? So tá mé chun dul tríd an plan atá déanta a gum. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this plan that I have done. Volhindi gan e a choipol godirach. I would recommend that you don't just copy it exactly. A rish toimig lurg sort urucht smuinte, a kind of an originality of thought. Gabra. So should just smuin of, you can follow the general plan atá ann. So latte tá sé diúltach, half of it is kind of negative. Agus latte an sin tá sé dearfach, half of it is positive. But dinrucht, dochud turmi féin a hort. You want to give your own opinions. Okay? So Mars all doing, we have an tús generalte, críoch generalte, agus an sin tá cera alt difriúla goin. So a general beginning, a general ending, and 4 paragraphs in between. Okay, so lehamid an tús atá scríofa a gum, so sugar top runner. So cholua is a chonig mé tedan na haiste seo, hí found an pean a chur le pór agus mo chud smuinte a roint. As soon as I read the title of this essay, I wanted to put pen to paper and write down my opinions. Okay. Is over é seo atá gard mo chrí féin agus gard de chrithe muinter na tíre. This is a subject that is close to my heart and close to the hearts of the people of the country. Gard de chrithe being the plural of crí. Is omi ceist a chuirtar faoi haucí na Ghaeilge, agus mar a deir an seanachta is ma an scéalaí an aimsir. There are lots of questions asked about the future of the language, and as the old saying goes, time will tell. Is ma an scéalaí an aimsir, or sometimes you would hear neosig an aimsir, time will tell an rud céanna. Ní inniuv ná iné a hosig an diasporach seo. It wasn't today or yesterday that this debate started. That's taken directly from one of the Leafishkins that we read the other day. Ní féidir a héana go bhfuil taucí na Ghaeilge in Wales. You can't deny that the future of Irish is endangered. Ach tá sé diúlgus or in mar náisiún an teanga a chaomhnú agus a Herbert, but it is a duty of ours as a nation to maintain or protect and develop the language. In sanasta seo, diro for okay, so tá sé seo luite a gin. We've mentioned that before, that we outline in our first paragraph what we're going to talk about. So on seo, in sanasta seo, diro for and you can put anything in here. This is quite general. So na hábhar imní mar aon leis na hábhar dóchais atá an seo. So we will focus on the reasons for worry as well as the reasons for hope. Gobra? So sin atá ann, it kind of ticks that box, but it's quite general. Okay, so seo atá a gcuin. So in ngach colún, so tá ceithre fointe when we're going to have 4 different paragraphs, and we're going to look at nuair atá míid ag pleanáil, as we're planning, we're going to more fointe atá gcuin, our main point of the paragraph. Folklore nua atá tóca ón an nótaí. So we're just going to write down the new vocab from the notes that we're going to use. Okay, because we don't want to be too general. That's the reason why we're doing the plan. What's happening is people are being a little bit too general, whereas if we have specific vocab, good stuff that we've learned, it shows that Severus, it's a wealth of language. Okay, I mean, when else are you going to use the term ag sheer alpa, gulping, and you could have something tá an béarla níos cóchtaí ná an Ghaeilge. English is more powerful than Irish, but isn't it much nicer to say something cosúla ag sheer alpa? But without you doing this plan properly, without you literally combing through the notes and picking out the nice little pieces, you're not going to remember to use this. Yeah? So that's why we're being so, I suppose, writing down so much before actually writing the essay. So here we have our, PSE maha or voclor ma or voclor nua or new or good vocab, and then we have our nahana. So anything that's in this column is taken from that sheet of like 130 phrases, and we're going to make sure that we use at least 3 in each. I actually didn't finish it here, but you know, by the time we get to the bottom, you'll be well able to do that. I've added an extra line in, which we hadn't been doing before when we were doing our planning. What they are is they're the kind of links between them. Okay, so how are we going to start our next paragraph? So what we'll go to do, Rachami tríd na pointí fad atá a gum. We'll go through the points that I have, and you know, arish ní leonach sampla. It's just an example, but you know, bheadh you know, go mar noddy, it'd be good for a kind of a hints for you. Okay? So an céad point a dhéanamid ná, I suppose stad na Ghaeilge faoi láthair. Yeah. So that is the status of Irish at the moment. Gabra. Tácht na Ghaeilge, the importance of Irish. Becheart a lua gur teanga ifigiúil í. Okay, so in order sort of réamhrá atá ann, it's nearly an introduction ach táimid sort dúilteach we were being a little bit negative about it. Stad na Ghaeilge tá sé táchtach is teanga ifigiúil í ach cahamid, I suppose, tionchar an bhéarla a lua. The main point of our whole essay is going to be that Irish is endangered because of the impact of English. So cahamid an seo tionchar an bhéarla a lua. We're going to mention that, you know, Irish is an official language. It's important. It's part of our culture. It's you know, tá sé ag ma. We might mention the fact that it is declining. We might mention some figures. What did the census say in 2016? But we're also going to say that it is, you know, in trouble. We have English here is an old teanga, and we can talk about that. Gabra. So our voclóir, cuid dar naireacht, cuid dar gultúr, dá nimóch an Ghaeilge Ghailheimish. If we lost Irish, we would lose, okay? Because it is cuid dar gultúr. Dá nimóch an Ghaeilge Ghailheimish, an ceol Ghailheimish, an cultúr Ghailheimish, an tradiisiún. Again, that's taken from our leafhiskint. Sór chocht teanga, so is sór chocht teanga an béarla. Agus a ríis tá nachhanna in san leafhiskint a léamar faoi sin, tá an béarla ag siar idú agus ag siar alpa na Ghaeilge. So we're going to make an effort to use this vocab when we're talking about this point. Nachhanna de réir déanóir of na bliana gábhíle sa séideag, according to the census of 2016, Kafar ahant, we must recognise nocht na fiaraí seo go. These statistics reveal that. Okay, so we'll say, for example, de réir déanóir of na bliana gábhíle sa séideag leabhraíonn 1.4 milliún daoine an Ghaeilge ach leabhraíonn 8,000 an Ghaeilge go léithúil. Only 80,000 people speak it daily. Nochtain na fiaraí seo go bhfuil an teanga in mhail, that the language is in danger. Mar hampla. Okay. So Tommy Júteach faoi sin, we're quite negative about that. That is the state of Irish. That's what's happening at the moment. Gabra? So, an sin, alt nua, new paragraph. Agus céint fág bhfuil an teanga ag ma chó mór sin. Why is the language declining so much? Okay, so you might have said here, for example, de réir déanóir of na bliana gábhíle or no, 98, according to the 1980 déanóir, give a stat. According to the 2016 déanóir, give a stat. Céin fág bhfuil an teanga ag ma chó mór sin. Why is it declining so much? Gabra? Agus an rud is mó agus an chúis is mó an rud atá pléite a gin, tá míid tréis an Ghaeltacht a phlé. Okay, we've mentioned the Ghaeltacht. Okay, agus tá is a gin go bhfuil an Ghaeltacht ag cúngu agus tá daoine ag trégan a bhréimhacha. Okay, so share the dhéanamid tá míid coní sin a Herbert beagán. We're going to talk about an Ghaeltacht agus an ma atá taka in san Ghaeltacht. Gabra? Céin fág go bhfuil an ma sin ag teacht. Why is that happening? Well, tá daoine ag trégan a bhréimhacha. People are abandoning their roots. Níl infrastruchtúr nó níl inistíocht á dhéanamh in san áit. Tá an Ghaeltacht á báinú, it's being wiped out. Céin fá, well, tá fallaí á dhéanamh ag an rialtas ann. The government are neglecting it. Okay, cúis eile, fustíocht. Another reason, employment. Yeah, Tá daoine ag dul go dtína catharcha móra. People are going to the big cities chun post ma a oil to get a good job. So tá siad sa tóir héal níos fearr. People are in search of. Tá siad sa tóir You might quickly make a note of that because I actually don't have that written down anywhere. So tá daoine sa tóir héal níos fearr. People are they're after a better life. Okay? Agus tá béarla riachtanach, and that's in your notes from the oral. Yeah? Tá an béarla riachtanach chun ordadachas agus post ma a oil. English is essential to get a good education and to get a good job. Okay, so again, féchamid an teanga atá an folklore crílór na teanga. The Gaeltacht was crílór na teanga, and is tá siad ag cúngu, they're narrowing. Tá daoine ag trégan a bhréamhacha, níl infrastructure nó níl inistíocht wa ann, agus tá an Gaeltacht á bániu, and we just had that new term, sa tóir tían daoine sa tóir héal níos fearr. People are going in search of a better life. Gabra, trád áibh, once upon a time, leis na cíanta carbracha is ní féidir a héana farrier géir ligach na madi le sro. Things were left to the wayside. Yeah, no one bothered about it. So an Gaeltacht, ba iad crílór na teanga, they were the heart of the language, but ligach na madi le sro. Things were left to the wayside. Rinne an rialtas folly ann, the government neglected it, agus anish tá, tobiste ó ag Tarlington sin, there's disaster happening. Tá líon na gaintóirí dúchas tite go tobisteach, again taken from your leifiscint. Okay, so an dá fointe sin an sin tá siad go homláin dúilteach in order. So those 2 points are kind of quite negative. Okay, agus well, no, it's futsa toshe. Again, you might have more to say on the negative side of things. So you could say that the Irish course in schools, for example, isn't appropriate. You could say that Irish maybe doesn't have an important role in society now, as in, Irish is pointless. I hate to use that term, but that could be a point that you might make. But again, you want to follow that same structure, that you have a clear paragraph, that you are still using some of the really good vocab that you've picked up, and that you're using Nahana Kainta as well. Okay, okay, so Vimer an Jultach, we have been very negative, but alt nua, new paragraph, Asian fad roita, tá is gach mach máthir agus iní nathair, will gá héh an mád I gcónaí. Okay, all of that said, everybody knows tá is gach mach máthir agus iní nathair. Lovely phrase to use, and it takes up nearly a full line. Gabra. So that's a good one. Tá is gach mach máthir agus iní nathair. Everybody knows. Every son of a woman and every daughter of a man knows that there's two sides to every story. Gabra. Agus an sin, Tommy, now there's so much, we've talked a lot about different things, but also on your notes that I gave you, there's 3 or 4 paragraphs that you have na Ghaeilge, which is the football and hurling club in Dublin. You have the pop-up Gaeltacht, and you have the Gaeltacht, like summer course Gaeltachty. Decide which one of them you're going to use here, okay? Oh, you also have technology. We talked about the bloggers, okay? So decide whichever one you're going to use here. But tá bura faoin Ghaeilge. There is a surge in Irish. Okay, so tá mi dearfach an seo. We're positive here. So Dian Rawa, we've mentioned the pop-up Gaeltacht. Yeah, the pop-up Gaeltacht just being a big party of Ghaeilge that happens in pubs around the country. Okay, you have na Ghaeilge, which is a club in Dublin that does all of their training and their matches and stuff through Irish. You have Instagrammers na Ghaeilge. Is that how you spell Instagrammers? Agus tá an Gaeltacht again. We have the actual Gaeltacht courses, the fact that young people are dying to go there every year. So round it count, pick one of them, okay? So tá bura faoin Ghaeilge, sna ceantar urbacha. Okay, there are 2 sides to every story. yes, all of this is happening and it's all very negative, but tá bura faoin Ghaeilge in áiteanna eile. There is a surge in Irish in other places, okay? Tá an dearca ile na Ghaeilge níos sláint dúla. The attitude towards Irish is healthier, okay? So mention some of these, okay? Agus dé for dosca siad mo chuaille go. This has opened my eyes to, okay? Tá an Ghaeilge níos fionóra. Irish is cooler inis, yeah? And dúsáid mé faoi dheasa martá sé sin das. Tá daoine yoga inis faoi dheasa ag an Ghaeilge. So if people go to Irish college, for example, generally they'll come back with a better attitude. Tá siad faoi dheasa ag an Ghaeilge. They're under the spell of Irish and sin. Or date for the actual example in your notes is tá daoine yoga faoi dheasa ag an technoliacht. They're under the spell of technology. And then you have the Instagrammers, you can talk about that. Okay, again, nothing just taken from your notes, or yeah, okay. An ceann dearnach nach úntach go jo go gluster an Ghaeilge taobh amuit in Seomranga. Okay, so we're linking to the last paragraph. Isn't it brilliant that Irish is heard outside of the classroom? Okay, Cóchinta is atá cross asal áfach. That's our favorite phrase. As sure as there's a rain on a donkey. So surely, definitely, however, tá ról lornach ag an idachas. Education has a central role in the revival of the language. Okay, now tá anachid le rá an seogain. We have loads to say here. I suppose on course at Ghaeilge. Okay, what are the positive things about the Irish course? Do you like it? What's good about it? Cáil an béim. Yeah, so tá béim ar cheanga leabhartha. There's an emphasis on spoken language, and you could say in particular that there's an emphasis on spoken language in primary schools. Yeah, up until I think 2nd or 3rd class, children don't really write Irish. So tá sé sin go maith. Céardella, you have imachtaí, seach, curriculum. Okay, so extracurricular activities. So mar hampla, you know, agus a rís tá tú ag túir do haithí féin. You're giving your own experience. What happens in your school? Seacht in the Ghaeilge, and I know a lot of you in transition year will have gone to the Ghaelstocht. So inis dom faoi sin. And then did fá beidir muintóirí a lua. Again, tour the hahi person that if you've had an Irish teacher, a chawri and that has helped you. You know, lower on faoin passion. Tell them about the passion that your teacher has, and that has I suppose caused a passion in you for the language. Beidir. Agus an rud dearnach nó beidir Gaelscoileanna. Okay, so tá an éileamh ar áiteannas na Gaelscoileanna. There's huge demand for áiteannas na Gaelscoileanna. So it's léir go, you know, go bhfuil dearca dearfach ag na daoine seo ile na Ghaeilge, that these people have quite a positive attitude towards Ghaeilge. Chalatá again, trí íomhá dearfach haringtocht den teanga a chruthú. Okay, that came from the Lea Fishkin. So I suppose ascríonn níor chríoch mé sin, ascríonn grá Dunchanga on Seomranga. That's in your notes. Okay, so a love for the language stems from or grows from the classroom. Okay, tá muintóir úntach Ghaeilge agam. I have a wonderful Irish teacher. Okay, mar dúirt mé ag gcónaí, as I've always said, ní chaithfidh sé a bheith fear. It doesn't have to be true. So tá muintóir úntach Ghaeilge agam. Spragan símuid. Okay, she inspires us or she encourages us. Spragan símuid trí íomhá dearfach haringtocht den teanga a chruthú, by creating a positive, attractive image of the language. Okay, nu dinan muintóirí é seo, nu dinan an cuiste Ghaeilge é seo. Tá éilimh áiteannas na Gaelscoileanna tugtar tús áite don Ghaeilge leabhartha. So that was from our Leafiscin Cuma. Spoken Irish is given priority. Tugtar tús áite don Ghaeilge leabhartha. Okay. And anish on Lehanach sin a fuairse, that sheet that you have, it's Pleanáil Aiste. Fill in another 2 or 3 there that you feel like you could use. Okay, so tá our buinti fad tuca. We've given all our points. Okay, anish cahamid, I suppose, on rudder fad a haring kilo. We want to tie it all together. So mar oca square as a parting word, mar oca square. Okay, tá sé seo tóca on Leafiscint. This is pretty much all taken from the Leafiscint. I had mentioned it the other day that would be a good ending. So mar oca square tá sé táchtach an dhéanamh gach gluúin iirecht a deanga dhúchais a Herbert agus a Gaomhnú. It's important that every generation makes an effort to develop and protect their teanga dhúchais. An bealach is fearr chun é seo a dhéanamh ná í a labhairt. The best way to do this is to speak it. Mara deran shanoka baha changa ia labhairt. As the old saying goes, the life of a language is in living it. Mara luig me, as I've mentioned, ní féidir a héana, you can't deny tá an teanga egma. The language is declining. Asian right, that said, tá cuairtí dóchais ann freisin. There are reasons for, or there are signs of hope. Ní bheidh an Ghaeilge i mbaol, má dhéantar iirecht bhacánta í a labhairt agus a léamh. Irish won't be endangered if there's an honest effort made to read and speak it. Beheart doing a bheith brodúil as our deanga dhúchais agus féchant chuige go bhainnig sí bio agus go méid sí ann don chéad glúin sugar. Tá brúnar. We were going well. Glúin eile a thiocig in our níag. We need to see to it. We should be proud of it. And we should see to it that she will stay alive and will be there. Oh, sugar, there's even it should be CHE for the AD. Disgusted now with that. Go make she ounce and he had gluan ella a hiokig in our níag. The next generation that come after us. Mara Duran Shanokal, Ní Nerka Curly Kegala, as the old saying goes, strength in numbers. Okay, so Cadato ag testolowin. What do we need? First of all, we need to have 600 words at the very, very least. Okay, if you covered all this, I think you would have 800. You have more notes for this essay than you have had for any of your essays up till now. Okay, so you've so much to say. Use it. Okay, so 600 words. We want a very clear beginning, a very clear ending, and probably 4 paragraphs in between. Each of the paragraphs need to have a very, very clear point, and they all need to link with one another somehow. Okay, Sinna táchtach. What else do we need? We want originality of thought. Don't write this exactly. Yeah, don't take something directly from the notes. Okay, we want your tahi parsanta and maybe couple statistic. Okay, so we want originality of thought. We want grammar. Yeah, kintig gohfuil do chud bríomhre ach go háirithe I gceart. Make sure at least that all your verbs are correct. Agus an trí rud no nahana. Okay, the third thing is we want nice phrases. Okay, tá me con sample de sin hortíh. I'm going to give you a quick example of that. Okay, so did fá tá an Ghaeilge igma. Now, tá me brain de rá go gaithigh sibh nahana a úsáid. I'm sick of telling you that you have to use phrases. You have been using them. What I worry about is that you're not using the kind of generic ones, okay? And I know that I shouldn't be, it sounds unusual that I would be promoting generic phrases, but my reason for this is because you need to learn all of this and you need to be able to stick them in here, there, and everywhere, okay? So we want ones that are kind of, I suppose, transferable, okay? The other thing, and we've talked a lot about it and it is improving, is that one of our biggest problems at the moment is that we're struggling to get 600 words out of it, okay? So this is our point. Tá an Ghaeilge ag ma. Okay, now we want to, I suppose, add some nice phrases to that or make that sentence a little bit better. So, what's nicer than tá an Ghaeilge ag ma? No, beidir. Tá is ag gach mac móthair. Sorry, this is a weight. I'm after creating quite a lovely little camera stand. So tá is ag gach mac móthair agus iní nathair go bhfuil an Ghaeilge I mbuail a muis. Now, this is something that's very transferable that you can use all the time. Okay, tá is ag gach mac móthair agus gach iní nathair go bhfuil an Ghaeilge I mbuail a muis. Admittedly, that's not exactly a generic phrase. You're not going to use it all the time, but it is a bit nicer than ag ma, and not necessarily nicer, but you're probably going to be using this 5 or 6 times in the essay, whereas this is a bit different. Okay, so that's the same message, but we can keep going. Okay, so I'm after thinking of something else that we can put in, but tá is ag gach mac móthair agus gach iní nathair go bhfuil an Ghaeilge I mbuail a muis. Sorry. Everyone knows that Irish is endangered. Isn't it awful? It's a huge reason for sadness and disappointment or shame for me. Yeah? So anish, hien do trí car cuig. Instead of 5 words, we have hien do trí car cuig sé seacht och néide hien. About trucka. Yeah, so we've gone from 5 words to trucka. We haven't said anything extra, but we've just added in some nice phrases. Gabra, shin on fog and yenamide. That's why we do it. Okay, and when it comes to, we'll say, next March, April, May, and you're trying to learn your maybe 7 or 8 essays, for this, really all that you're learning is go bhfuil an Ghaeilge I mbuail a buis. Everything else is just a generic phrase. Okay, so sin an fág an dhéanamh. Tá Brunner, this is a bit níos fuide ná mar cheap me. It's a bit longer than I had expected or anticipated, but tá súla gom go bhfuil sé úsáideachtaíomh. I hope it's useful for you. Slán fáil.